today I want to do a little different project, something a bit short, probably a couple of videos at the most, and just to make some very special adapted foot pegs for somebody who is very special and very dear to me. Now, there's a little 6-year-old fella I know who's just about to go on the back of his dad's motorcycle for the very first time. His dad's got a Harley Davidson Dyna, and it's time at 6 years of age for him to take his first trip on the back of his dad's bike. He's been dying to go out with his dad on a bike for a long time, and his dad now sees that it's the right time. He's tall enough, he's responsible and well behaved enough, and he will be a great little pillion. And this is his first trip. It will be his first trip on the back of a motorcycle at just 6 years old. Now, I know that many of you have opinions on this, and I really don't want to get into that, so let's not discuss that. I know the title made the point, but that's to get you to see what we're doing today. There are many rules, regulations and laws around this. They are all going to be adhered to. I can absolutely assure you we are all very responsible people, especially when it comes to the lives and the safety of those dear to us. Now, one of the rules, and this is all we're going to deal with today, is foot pegs. Now, the foot pegs on a motorcycle on the rear are a very important thing. Obviously, your pillion, this is a Harley Davidson Dyna rear foot peg, same as the ones on the Sportster. It's solid heavyweight steel. I mean, you know, Harleys are made out of girders. Solid steel heavyweight foot peg, and that rolls all the way through there. So what I'm going to do with this is adapt it. Rather than it being a peg, remember, 6-year-old foot is about that long. It's only tiny, and it's going to sit on there, and it's got the ability to slip off. Little ones do fidget. As much as we'll do everything we can to keep them safe, they tend to fidget and move around. So what I'm going to try and do is make a little foot plate, like a little diddy foot plate that goes on there, that's got a little ridge around the back of it to hold his foot securely in place, so that when he's on the back of the bike, he's got these proper little foot treads to sit in, which I think is the right thing to do, and something that will make him that little bit safer, which is extremely important. So that's all we've got to do today. I'm going to strip the rubber off this, see what the metal inside there looks like, then use that metal and weld some bracing to it, and then put a little plate on top. Should take 1 or 2 videos, I hope, at the most, maybe another, I'm not sure, but it's a fun little project, so we'll call it Project Foot Plates Harley Davidson. Incidentally, this little fella, 6 years old, is about to take the first ride on the back of his dad's bike. I remember the very same ride myself. When I was just 6, went around on the back of my dad's bike, around the local estate. We just took a ride round, and I remember going past the local park, waving at my mates. They would have had no idea who I was or whatever. They all looked as I rode by, and I felt king of the world. 6 years old, yeah, look at me on the back. It's my dad, that is, yeah, whatever. And that's how you see it. And those are memories. I'm 52 years old now, and that was when I was 6 years old. And I remember that. Not just the fact that I did it, I remember the experience. I remember climbing on the bike. I can see myself going, I can see I could replay it in my head to this day, 46, whatever it is, years later. Honestly, that's memories for a lifetime. So we're about to make some special memories for a very special little 6-year-old fella. And it's so important that he's safe. And it's an honour to make him something special and custom and bespoke just for him, which hopefully he'll remember along with it. So that's what we've got to do. Let's pull these apart and get started.
I reminisce about the days gone by. Golden bodies in the sun. Stay out late and drink the night away. We're just 2 kids having fun. There's a time when good things come to an end. You know it eats me up inside, and I'm waiting for a light to shine. Say goodbye to the summer.
There we go. Nothing that serious, just a big metal peg. No need to cut anything. And the good thing is, let's come around there. The good thing is those, because on your front pegs they're exactly the same rubbers, so you can keep them. Just wash the WD-40 out and use them in the future. They're probably about £1,000 from Harley. You know how it is.
And I'm waiting for a light to gonna make it if we push on through. Say goodbye to the summer.
Okay, kind of made up the constituent parts now. Got that part there. This is all 1/4 inch plate, so proper strong, proper beef that goes in there. Makes a strong brace that's going to go underneath the foot plate, and the notch in there. There we are. That notch underneath fits in there. It is a tight old fit because I want it to not have any slop. It's got to be straight. Hang on, got the wrong way around. These only fit in one way because they're all, nothing's equidistant. That's it. Just there we go. Nice tight fitment of parts. And that's what we've got so far. So there's a steel brace, 1/4 inch plate steel brace to put the foot tread on, which will look, well, you won't see it at all, so it won't look anything. But it's strong enough, and when you see the underside of it, it will just be that. It's not too much. So now it's just to weld it all. This is a really beefy piece of steel, solid bar. This is all solid quarter, so I can bang up the amps on the welder and just MIG that all together now, all in that shape. And then once that's all done, it can just be cleaned up a little bit, and then I can make the plate for the top. But before I can weld any of that, I've got to prepare this. That's got to be cleaned up before I can weld it. And that, because that's nickel plated, it must be nickel plated because it doesn't rust, and it is steel, and it isn't stainless. Well, if it is, it's pretty low grade. Anyway, that shiny bright surface is more than likely nickel plating. You can't really weld through that, it's not very clever, so I'm going to grind all that. So a little bit of flapping now. I'm going to start flapping, flap all the crap off, and set the welder up. call it a day there halfway through because I'm going to have to order some more steel. Had a better thought, had a better plan halfway along. Show you what I've got so far though. Now this is a cast iron metal rod. It's Harley's typical standard. Really, really strong, a little bit ugly. Look at that. You can see that's cast and then kind of roughly ground back just so it works, and then nickel plated. So what I've done is that metal bar is the same strength as that. The whole thing is strong enough to stand on. It's a foot peg. So if that part of it's strong enough to stand an adult weight on, this ain't ever going to be a problem. So I've welded all the way on the underneath, the flat plate on the front, and then the bar there kind of gives a gap like that. And then you can just fill that weld in there with gap. The gap with weld. It's been a long day. It's the fumes, you know. And then all the same on the top. So look, you know, all the welders say, yo, yes, I know that's ugly, whatever, get past it. That's, come on, focus now for me. There it is. Okay, there's loads and loads of welding now. I just piled it in, 2 or 3 passes in there, over the top, over the top, over the top again. Super, super strong, made the whole thing glow orange. And it took about an hour to cool down, so that is properly strong now, properly penetrated already. Pretty welds are for posing and showing off. Strong welds are for integrity, and that's all I'm interested in, certainly in this case, certainly in this case. So that's as strong as it needs to be, and it's 1/4 inch thick steel, the whole thing. It sits, I welded it there and not in the middle because there's a little bit extra I've put on the front, just because I don't know exactly the length I'm going to cut off to make the final place, the final foot plate. And naturally when you put your foot on a foot peg, you always put certainly as a pillion, you put the arch of your foot in the middle. You don't put the toes on there. You do if you're a sports bike rider. I do that when I ride a sports bike. I put the ball of my foot on the foot peg, but you don't do that on a pillion on the back. You put the arch of your foot in the middle, which is about roughly 2/3 of the way back. Okay, the heel is the back bit, then the body of your foot, that's it. So that's why I've put that there. I think that's about the right position, about 1/3 of the way back. And I've got a little bit of off-cut either end to get it exact. I'm going to go and see the folks that it's for, and I'll just work out precisely and make some good measurements so it is perfect and bespoke. I love that word. Now as for the top plate, what I was going to do was use this bit of sheet. I was going to pop kind of one there and then one there, and that is enough to have cut both pieces out to then weld that onto there like that, and then cut it out into a little shape, like a little footprint shape, to be quite cool, and then weld it on. But the problem with that is 1.6 mil, it's only 16 gauge. It's great for doing stuff on the project and bodywork that's just aesthetic, but it's no good for strength, so that's not going to be to the job. But I do have a contact on eBay that I know I can order 1/4 inch plate cut to size, so I'll just order that size, couple of pieces cut. What is that? That's about 4 inches by 9 inches. I can order that 1/4 inch thick, and that is brilliant. I can then just bzzz all the way along, weld it as strongly as the rest of it and make it really super strong, and it will look simple as well. That's the idea. I don't want too much cross bracing underneath, because when it's folded upwards like that, you'll see the underneath. So the less mess under there, the better. It wants to look quite smart, and then it'll just get folded down to be used. And it does sit at that angle on the bike. Like I said, although I've welded them so that knuckle sits at that angle, but when that fits into the clevis joint on the mounting, it is actually at that angle. So this is the left hand one, so that angle as you sit on the bike, which means the foot needs to go that way. You know, it's like in a pillion of a bike and sitting on the back. It's a cruiser bike, so these are in front of the seated position, so the feet need to be like that. No good like that, because your foot will slip off. So that's correct. Everything's measured, straight, true. Everything works, and I'm really, really chuffed with those so far. Mainly because they're just proper beef. Absolutely love that. So I'm going to order some 1/4 inch plate. When that comes, I can carry on and finish that project. That's a fantastic fun little project. We'll cut them out into a little boot print, which will look great. Just grind them around into the perfect shape, and then I'll engrave his initials in it as well, which is brilliant. And spray it all black. Job done, and we'll show you it on the bike when it's done at the end, which will be a nice little result to it. Okay, there we are. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support with that. It's a fun little project, and we're back on the fighter build next time. Take it easy, ride safe. See you next time.